What's up guys, my name is Praza and I'm a portrait photographer. Today I'm going to show you how to effectively use Lightroom to edit your portraits. If you follow these steps, you can bring your pictures to a cinematic level. So first of all, this is a picture I'm going to edit today. This is a model I've worked with in London called Alice Dolman. She's so wonderful and she's really a good dancer. Shout out to Alice. Before I start jumping into the editing, I'm going to correct the lens correction, lens distortions. Go to the lens correction area of Lightroom and go to profiles. Click remove chromatic aberration. That will remove all the chromatic aberration in your pictures, especially around the sharp edges. And click enable profile collection. Automatically select the lens you are using. So here I'm using Sigma 30mm f1.4. Once that is done, I'll go to the main panel, the basic panel. That's where I start work on. So especially you can see here you're losing the details in the sky. To bring the sky's detail, I'm going to bring the highlights down by around 76. Make sure when you're doing that you also have to check that your subject's highlights also going down, so we can take it up later. First of all, we are worrying about only the background. That's how I work. After that, bring the shadows a little bit up, not too much. 28 would do, or maybe a little bit down. 18 would do. Once it's done, so you can see the blacks are gone a little bit gray, so bring the blacks a little bit down. I usually create a little bit of clarity, like 3 to 4, so it gives like a little bit sharper edges. And all my pictures I reduce like 5 or 6 points in saturation. Let's say you have a blue sky, or you want to create the sky very dramatic and very cinematic. In here in photography, what I usually do is I change the blues into a little bit of teal and yellows into a little bit of orange, so that look like very contrast color and very nice. To do that, I'm going to take this brush. You can press K for that and set the temperature a little bit down and start painting on the sky. You can see the color is changing now. So make sure you don't paint the other parts of the picture, because we don't want that. You can highlight all the blue areas. Once that's done, bring the temperature a little bit down and it's becoming blue, so you can bring the tint down. When you bring the tint down, that's going to create a nice teal look. It feels like a little bit exposure is up, so bring the exposure a little bit down and a little bit highlight down. See, that looks nice. Once that is done, so I'm going to click done. Let's start editing the yellow part of this picture, because I usually separate into parts and I start editing that specific part of a picture. To increase the color of the yellow, make sure you increase the temp to the yellow side and bring the tint a little bit down and start painting. So you can see it's becoming yellow. Make sure you don't touch the subject's hand or face, anything like that. That will change into yellow. Make sure you don't do that. And I'm going to make this part also a little bit yellow to give like a dramatic look. Yeah, not bad actually. Once it's done, I'm going to bring the blacks a little bit down so I can get some contrast from the sky to this yellow part. Yeah, decent. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the tone curve and create a S curve. To do that, put 3 dots and bring the last 5th dot from your left hand corner a little bit up. I like to make it only a subtle changes. I don't want to like make it like very dramatically up like this. So that's gonna change the mood of it. It's another look, but I don't want to do that now, so I'm gonna stay around here. Once it's done, bring this part a little bit up. This one a little bit down. Don't think about the subject face. We are going to bring the shadows up in that. Wait for a second. We are going to finish everything with the background. So once that's done, we will know how much brightness we need to bring the subject from. Before jumping into that, I'm going to change the hue of the sky. To do that, in the hue panel, go to the aqua and change the color more to blue, and in blue bring it to aqua, but not too much. When you bring too much, that will look like green, so bring it around 41ish. That looks decent. And purples, bring a little bit to the blue sides and jump into the luminosity. So if you bring to the right side, that's going to make it more brighter. If you bring to the left side, that's going to bring a little bit darker. So I like it somewhere on there. It's very dramatic. -10 maybe, yeah. So that part is done, and likewise we'll do that to the oranges as well. So orange is to orange, yellow is to orange, and in luminosity decrease the orange and decrease the yellows a little bit, so you can see a lot of orange, but it looks a little bit fake. So what we are going to do is go to saturation and bring the saturation a little bit down in orange as well, so that's going to look a little bit realistic. Yeah, overall the background looks pretty good. I like it. So let's jump into the subject. In here, because subject's skin tone is a very important part in a portrait, so to do that, go to the brush and reset all the settings you made earlier. Bring the shadow around like 50, 60, so you will know obviously where you're painting. That's the main reason. Once we painted the area that we want, after that we can adjust it. Yeah, so we are going to paint Alice's skin. Sometimes I also like paint a little bit of the hair because it's a little bit dark over there. To make sure you have touched everything, just go and hover over it, so that will show you the area that you painted. So here, the hands, so that's done. It looks pretty much okay, but what I'm going to do is bring the shadows a little bit down like that. Bring the highlights a little bit up. Blacks a little bit down. White a little bit down. So yeah, that looks nice. Let's see the before and after. Wow, that's a big change. So in here, this part is bugging me, so I'm going to remove that part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the crop a little bit from that. Yeah. Once that is done, see in here I can see all the things are bright, the sky is good, colors are better, but something is missing. Can you see that? That's when you're making eye contact with the subject, the eyes are not catching you. So to do that, I usually go zoomed in, go to the brush tool, and first of all I add a little bit of sharpen. So to do that, like I'm bringing it around like 27 or 29 sharpness and start brushing over eyes. Don't go to the middle, just on the sides and a little bit in the eyebrows. Once that is done, again go to the brush, bring back the sharpness down, bring a little bit of shadows around like 36. Go inside her eyelids, the eyeballs, and just paint like circle. That's gonna brighten up that pupil. Here you can see a difference. So even here you can bring some highlights up, contrast up, blacks a little bit down, whites a little bit up, shadows could be more up around there. Then we go out. Now you can see the reflections in her eyes, so that is catching. Once that is done, I will go to skin retouching. So mainly I'm not gonna use all the retouching method here. I'm just gonna heal a little bit, just the pimples and all sort of like small spots. Go to the radial filter, Shift M, and reset all the settings you have done previously. And make a radial like that. Bring it on your subject. You can adjust this radius on whatever the side it is, so make sure you cover the subjects and a little bit outside of the subject so the feather won't affect the subject fully. Once that is done, bring the exposure a little bit down. Contrast a little bit up. And blacks down. Saturation a little bit down, because when you increase all these exposures and contrast and such, saturation is gonna go a little bit up. So if you bring a little bit down on like 14, yeah, that looks decent. Yeah, so you see the before and after. If you like this portrait, go and check out my Instagram, links are below, and also check out Alice Dolman's account. She's an amazing dancer. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Give your feedbacks as a comment below, and see you in the next video.